Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to a beautiful Saturday morning walk here at AASMR. My name is Irrelevant. I'm an alcoholic with roughly 9 months off the hooch. Is that what they called it back in the day? I don't know, off the sauce. There you go. Not a single drip. Actually, that is a lie. Since November, I basically quit in November. December rolls around. I did go on a trip to Red River with a couple friends and my woman, and I did almost drink a Sprite and vodka or something. I think there was one shot of vodka in the drink, and I kind of took a little sip, said nope, spit it out, and tossed it. And that is a true story, no joke. I don't know, I would lie about anything like that. But anyway, yeah, so I guess I maybe did have a little bit in December, but it is now September and nada. Anyway, so today's video, I want to talk a little bit about sobriety and the work you have to put into it. I think a lot of drug users or alcoholics or whatever, you think that one day you're just gonna decide to stop, and then your life will kind of go back to what it used to be, or I don't know, that was kind of maybe my expectation. I think when I was younger, I at one point I quit for 30 days, and I was like, oh, if I can quit for 30 days, I'm not an alcoholic, I'll be fine. Yeah, right. After that 30 days was up, man, Jesus, I probably partied harder than I did before. Okay. And then I did another year a while later. Just a bunch of instances of trying to go, or trying to prove to myself that I'm not an alcoholic and I can control myself. And so I think a lot of people, they just think, oh, I can be sober for 30 days or I can do a week, and I'm fine. I proved to myself, I'm not bad. And then they go out and, for a month, they black out a few times or whatever it may be. That was just my case, just talking through my experience as an alcoholic. But that was kind of the pattern, And I never really thought of the work that it takes, and it really, that's one of the things in AA that they really, basically jam in your brain, is how sobriety, you choose it every day. It's almost like a job, or being like an athlete or like a musician, you practice your instrument for so many hours, or you practice basketball or football, whatever, baseball, for so many hours that it just becomes like second nature to you, like muscle memory. I don't really have experience with that in sports, but I am a musician. I DJ a little bit, and so I know the process of learning a song, or just becoming competent at an instrument. That's basically what sobriety is. It's you're learning to live sober again, you know, after however many years or months or decades that you were maybe abusing. And so it does take work, and you know, you have to practice it almost every day. Practice it and choose it. Sometimes it's not an easy choice, you know. I doubt a lot of those, and I keep comparing myself to like these athletes or musicians or whoever, actors, you know, doing these crazy hours of working and putting in all these hours and doing research and whatever, you know, setting up bands, setting up their light shows, or like as a DJ, you know, put in a lot of time learning how to do lights with the company I work with. And of course, learning how to DJ, learning how to music program. So there's just a lot of steps to become proficient at something, you know. And I think becoming proficient at being sober is pretty cool thing when you've lived kind of as this, you know, like this, what would I call it? I don't know. I don't want to use like a cliche, like shell of a human. But you know, I just kind of lived as this. Yeah, look at that big old dog poop. That is giant. Jesus, that looks like a horse. I just kind of was there, you know, like I don't know, like I still worked, and it wasn't like I was you know, like homeless alcoholic or something. Like, it never got that bad. I'm sure I probably would have ended up there maybe one day, but yeah, it's just not healthy, not comfortable. You don't feel good about yourself. You don't feel good about your choices. I didn't. Again, I'm just speaking from experience. There's a lot of clarity that comes with being sober. This crazy life, at least to me, makes a little bit more sense. And not that I'm 100% sober. Like I've said before, I still take mushrooms and I smoke probably too much weed, but I consider myself more sober when I'm on mushrooms than anything. Like right now, I'm not on mushrooms. I am pretty high, kind of. But I feel more clarity, and I feel awake. That's what you feel actually I shouldn't say on. It sounds like I'm using something bad. Not when I'm on mushrooms, but when I am, what's the word? When I am meditating with the Creator. There you go. I believe that God is mushrooms, actually. Sounds nuts, but I will defend that until the day I die. Mushrooms are everything. I don't know. This is gonna turn into like a mushroom rant, and no one's gonna know what the hell I'm talking about. So I think I'm gonna maybe save that for another time, or maybe not. I don't know. Come on, Publish. Yeah, God is the mushroom, and yeah. Not that I don't feel clarity right now. I feel pretty damn good right now, actually. Yeah, it's a beautiful day to be alive. The park's nice. The bubbles are nice. Yeah, anyway, like I said, I feel no, like I said, I'm awake. It's like the Matrix. And it's the red pill or the blue pill, you know? And to me, mushies are definitely the red pill. 150 million%. Hey, good morning. Come on, Bubbish. Yeah, so anyway, you gotta train. And it's more a mind, it's like your mind. I mean, I know some of it's the body. When I was, God, I have trouble keeping track at this point. Like, my withdrawals weren't, like, crazy. Either time I quit. I think that, I mean, the first time, I couldn't really sleep, and, like, I kind of got some night sweats a little bit. So I started watching a lot of Bob Ross, is what I started doing. To help me sleep when I was, trying to get sober. That for, I think it was not the first time, it was probably like the 10th time at that point, but I did go a whole year that time. And Bob Ross pretty much got me through that year. Literally just watched a crap ton of Bob Ross. And I found a bunch of other ASMR artists through that. Like Ephemeral Rift, JoJo's ASMR, a couple, God, there's so many. Ephemeral Rift is like my main man though, and then of course Bob Ross. But Cosmic Tingles is good. Sky's ASMR, I remember liking her stuff quite a bit. There's one guy with really long hair. He does some good barbershop ones. I forgot his name. Everybody calls him like Thor. But yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, so many. There's a lot, man. I think I named like 5. That's good enough. Yeah, there's some really good ones. Come on. Come on, Bush. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Oh, man. Come on. Running up on 15 minutes. We're gonna wrap this up in a bit. Yeah, those are some good ASMR artists, ASM artists. I think that's what they call themselves. But of course, like I said, Bob Ross is real nice. I love Bob Ross. Any like guided meditations are usually pretty good. Can't really name any off the top of my head right now, but just guided meditations on YouTube, or I really like astral projection guided meditations. Those are cool. I've never like broken through quite yet, but it's actually kind of scary sometimes. It's a bit uncomfortable. Kind of like when you're tripping too hard. I've learned to dose my mushies pretty well at this point, but I haven't had a really bad trip in quite a while. Man, I'll have to go into detail about some of the trips I've had, but one of the last ones that was bad, I don't even remember doing that much. I think it was only like a gram, but it just freaking hit me like a brick, man. And I was like curled up in a ball. Curled up in a ball on my bed for like hours. It's pretty nuts. But anyway, so back to putting in the work, man. These walks, that's part of my putting in the work. Going on these walks. Today is an extra long one. I'm gonna double down, make it around one more time. Maybe shorten this length. I don't know. Nah. We don't need to shorten it. I'll whoop you. It's all about putting in the time, practicing. Practice your sobriety, Nobody just gets good at it. I mean, I guess maybe you can have such a traumatizing experience and, you just never choose to drink, or a bunch of different scenarios, but I think a lot of people need to practice living life sober without the mental barriers that drugs like alcohol create, in your mind. Not only while you're on them, but just the after effects and just everything. Put in the practice. And anybody can do it. I really honestly believe that anybody can do it. It might take you 5 years, 6 years. Hey, I mean, I was, excuse me. I was, not really on and off. I mean, pretty much drank kind of heavily-ish, at least every once in a while, and then, later on got worse probably, but for a good 12 years, 13 years or so. And, at first it wasn't every day or maybe even every weekend, but I would get pretty messed up once in a while when I started. Yeah, like I said, anybody can do it. Just put in the work, put in the practice. Just day by day, just learn to just live again, Come on. I think one of the biggest things about, especially my addiction, was like I felt like I needed to control everything, and I don't know how really, I need to think about it more. I don't know how addiction played into that, and like my alcoholism, because I soon lost control of everything. And then now, really what psilocybin has taught me is that you just gotta flow, man. You just have to flow. And even my DWI has taught me that. I mean, those were some of the longest years of my life, but I kind of look back now. Dandy, God, they're always sniffing poop, and I don't even know what they're sniffing right now. Come on, guys. was talking about. She's marking her territory. Oh, the flow, yeah. The flow. Yeah, just learning to flow. You know, like I was saying, those DWI years were, not that I handled them the best. I handled them terribly. But they were huge learning experiences for me. Thank God I did not kill anybody or kill myself or... Actually, we were watching that new show, Midnight Mass, on Netflix. It's we'll talk about that in my next spooky video. But one of the main characters is maybe I need to rewatch it because I was kind of distracted doing DJ stuff a little bit last night, but I don't remember them talking specifically about his alcoholism, or I'm sure they probably did, but yeah, just the first scene, he gets in a drunk driving accident and kills somebody, and just the image that they leave you with and him with, it's pretty terrifying. Just brought back some just had some images flash back in my mind that scenarios that didn't play out. Obviously, I'd never, like I said, thank God I didn't hurt anybody. But I easily could have. And that is probably one of my worst fears ever, is to get so bad again that I put myself, and especially others and my loved ones and whoever, I never want to put anybody in danger ever again. And I know that probably sounds stupid coming from somebody that has 2 DWIs, but hey, I'm just learning to live like everybody else. And I screwed up a couple times, and I'm trying to atone for that at this point. Just learning to be somewhat better day by day. And part of that is learning to be sober and aware and to live life with a clear mind, a healthy mind. Everybody has their demons, we all have some shit. But if you never address those things, if you never learn to deal with them, if you never kind of just bottle them up and store them away, that's why a lot of people, probably just mainly people in the psychedelic community, they truly believe that the bad trips are good for you. And I believe that too. 100%. It's like a therapy session in your brain with yourself. I don't even know how to describe it, but anyway, yeah, we're running. I went way too late. Started rambling again. I'm sorry, but as always, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, try to stay sober. Deuces. One love, peeps.